Hello Mission Hill students and families, this is Jeremy here. I hope you guys are doing well. Miss you guys, I miss our classes together, and it's been a while at this point. I wish that we could still have class as normal, as I'm sure you guys do, but I wanted to make some videos for you guys to help keep you going throughout the rest of the school year and possibly even into the summer. And the thing that I wanted to do right off the bat was make a video about tuning for everybody, because I know a lot of you don't know how to tune your instruments yet. And it's something that I usually wait until a student has been playing for a little while before I explain it, because it's a little tricky. But I'm going to do my best to show you guys how I tune and how to use a tuning app on your phone or tablet or whatever you've got. This is the one that I'm using right here. This is an app called ClearTune. It's free, and it should be downloadable for iPhone or Android or any smartphone or tablet that you've got. It's basically just a little dial, and when you pluck a string, it will tell you which note you're playing, or you could sing into it as well, and you could test it out that way. It will tell you how in tune or out of tune you are, and my violin is pretty out of tune right now, so we'll use mine as a demonstration. Two main ways that you can tune the instrument. First of all, you've got the tuning pegs up here at the top, okay, and if you look carefully, each one of those is connected to one of the 4 strings on the violin. These make big adjustments, so you're going to use these if your string is really, really out of tune. But hopefully we can spend more time using these 4 fine tuners down here. This is the other way that you tune the instrument. They're basically little screws that you can loosen and tighten by turning one way or the other. So these make smaller adjustments, and they're much easier to use as well. So it really just depends on how in tune or out of tune the string is. So since we've got a violin, we're going to start over on the right side here, okay, with the thinnest and highest pitched string. This is the E string. So we're going to start by just plucking it and see what the tuner tells us. Okay, so you can see 2 E's there. One has what looks like a little B next to it. Well, that's a pitch that's called E flat. Okay, that's the next lowest pitch below E. So it tells us that we're not quite at E yet. And I notice that sometimes you'll get other letters as well. You might want to stop for a couple of seconds and make sure there's complete silence before you pluck the note, and then it'll tell you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fine tuner. I'm going to go a little bit tighter with it. Okay, remember the saying lefty loosey, righty tighty. So if you're tightening it, you want to go to the right. Okay, I'm getting closer. Twist it again. I'm going to check every time I make any adjustment, because it's really easy to over adjust, and I don't want to do that, especially if I'm using the pegs up here, but even with the fine tuners. Okay, I'm almost there. Okay, and that's pretty good. Don't worry about it being 100% perfect. If it's really close, and if it's within, 1 or 2 little lines of it, it should be fine. Okay, so I've got my E. Now I'm going to go over to my next string, which is my A string. Okay, so I just go 1 over to the left. It's the next highest or next skinniest string. Okay, now I should be seeing an A here, but I'm not seeing anything close to an A. I'm seeing an F. And I know that this is too low, so what I'm going to have to do is make a small little adjustment with my peg here. So I'm going to trace the A string all the way up to the top and see which peg it's wrapped around. And I can see that it's this top peg right here. So definitely double check and make sure if you're about to adjust one of the pegs that it is the right one, that it matches the string that you're trying to adjust. Now these pegs, what's difficult about them is that they're only held in by pressure. So that means if I just simply turn it one way or the other and I'm not pressing in, it's going to slip really easily. And that's one of the most frustrating things about tuning. The other thing about the pegs is that they make really, really big adjustments. So if I just grab it and twist like this, well, I'm probably going to break a string, and that's how most people break their strings. It's not from playing, it's actually usually from tuning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my A string here, I'm going to push in, and I'm just going to see if I can get a good angle here. I'm just going to make a really small adjustment. I'm going to turn it, push in really hard, just till I feel it turn a little bit. And then I'm going to stop right away and check it again. Okay, so see, I was on F, now I'm on what looks like F hashtag. That's called F sharp in music. Okay, so I got a little bit higher. Let's make another adjustment. Okay, G, and then I see my A flat next door, so I know I'm getting closer because I want to go to regular A. Now for this, my violin, I can feel a lot of pressure there, so I'm working pretty hard to tune. So if you're a student and you find this too difficult, ask your parents to watch this video and see if they can help you out, because they are a little tricky to turn. Okay, still on A flat, so I'm going to go up a little bit higher. Okay, so now I'm close to the A, and I think I'm close enough that I can use my fine tuner now. So I'll tighten it just like I did for the E string. And you can see there's a lot of adjusting that goes on. I check a lot. That's the key, is you check every time. Okay, so now I've got a good E and a good A. I'm going to go down to the next string, which is a D string. Okay, and I can see that I'm not even getting the right note, so that tells me that this string is pretty out of tune. So I'm going to take my peg, I'm going to find my D string peg, go up, and it is the top one over on this side. Okay, again, I'm going to push in really hard, just make a small little adjustment. You may hear the peg click a little bit. You may not, but you'll feel it. Okay, getting to C. I need to go all the way to D. Again, you can see I'm not making any large adjustments, very small. Just one small little adjustment at a time. And if I don't press in, my pegs are going to slip. If your pegs slip and the string unravels, just slowly tighten it like I'm doing. You're just going to have to do it a lot more to get yourself back to where you were. Now this time it looks like I went too far. So I'll use my fine tuner again, but this time I'm going to go left. I'm going to go looser. Okay, and now I've got a good D. Alright, one to go. Then I've got my G. Alright, now this one, I'll be quiet here and then let the tuner read it a little more clearly. You can see I'm right in between F sharp and G, so I'm almost at the G that I want. So I think I'm within the range of fine tuner here. So hopefully you're getting an idea of when you're close enough to use a fine tuner and when you're going to need to use the pegs. Alright, and I think I'm pretty good here. So let me check all of my strings now that I made a lot of adjustments. I always like to just check one last time. Okay, my E went a little flat. You may find that after you've adjusted things, the strings are still settling, so you may need to go one more round and do some small little adjustments. Okay, so that's pretty good for my E. I can keep that. Then here's my A. Pretty good. And then here's my D. And here's my G. Alright, so be patient, go slow. If you're not sure, if you don't feel confident turning these pegs, ask one of your parents to help you, okay? Alright, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll do my best to help you out. Alright.